What's up, Destiny 2 fans? Renegades is a few short weeks away, so I thought it'd be really cool to tell you all the 3 things that I hope to see in Renegades, as well as the 3 things that I hope that they keep from Edge of Fate. This is not going to be a video that bombs on Destiny 2. We love Destiny 2 here, so let's jump right into it. The first thing that I've really enjoyed about Edge of Fate is the introduction of armor sets. I have really enjoyed mixing and matching different sets in order to try and find that perfect niche use for the build that I've been creating. I really hope that Bungie continues to push out new armor sets, different armor sets, because farming those up has really been a joy. I think one of my favorite times of this season was during the Solstice event and trying to get every single piece of Solstice armor so that no matter what, I am prepared over the next year for any solar builds that I am to create. Now for one of the things that I do hope that they change in Destiny 2, and that would be the portal. I really think that the portal has a lot of different options for us, but for me, I really would like a ultimate tier of the quick play. I'm already using matchmaking for the plenty of different options that I have. Why not just let me do that? As well as I think lately there isn't as much of an oomph or a need or a want to do solo ops, so I think that maybe adding a little bit of extra incentive to jump into the solo op, like maybe a special gun that you can only get into solo ops or a special armor set, would be really nice to have. However, the second thing I did enjoy about Edge of Fate was specifically the portal. I think that its ease of use really grants a lot of different players the ability to jump in, gain power level, gain gear, and have a great time no matter what they decide to do for their 30 minutes of game time. Even when Heliostat dropped for Wuthbane, this gave a lot of different players a great and fun, easy way to learn how to do the exotic mission and pick up the exotic as they were doing it. The portal should be used as a great funnel to get players to try new things. And I think that the portal was actually successful in doing that, but it could go further. As for another thing that I hope returns in Renegades is the ability to do things inside of the worlds. We have so many different planets and so many different great areas to be jumping into, why not utilize them? For instance, what if completing one of the old campaigns through its entirety gets you an exotic that you could previously only get from dungeons or a raid? Now, obviously, these would be old raids and old dungeons, but this gives another way that a player can solo and get some of these exotics that have been in the game for years that they still just haven't gotten yet. Half of the time, people are only not doing any of this content because of the fact that there is no incentive. However, if somebody completes that campaign, maybe they'll be more willing to jump into the raid that comes at the end of it. Give people the reward pull as well as the emotional pull to return to old content, to return to raids, and to return to those different things. We have so many things like the Legends tab that are already set up that would really help make this an easy opportunity. This leads me to the last part that I really loved about Edge of Fate, which was the story. I'm stoked to continue the story on in Renegades, and I think that this story was the greatest way that they could have moved forward from what ended their previous story and moving into the next one. There are still so many things left unanswered that I cannot wait to get those answers for, and I'm enjoying this idea that there is a new era of Destiny waiting out there for us, especially when Lodi is giving us scenes like this. Absolutely insane. Now for the last thing that I hope to see in Renegades is a new portal activity called Encounters. And I know that this sounds very ambitious, but my idea behind it is that you would be able to go inside of an encounter in the portal activities, and this shows one encounter of one of the several different raids that they have, and it is something that specifically shows you how to do that encounter. Whether it's solo or with a friend or 2 friends, this would really teach the community how to do some of these raids in a very low stakes setting. There would also be incentive in getting Fireteam or Pinnacle Ops weapons, but the main idea would be that this is going to be a very handheld version of some of these raid encounters so that new players can learn it and that new players can be jumping into the raids and breathing new life into the game. Now, I know that this would take a lot of work as well as a lot of AI robots like we saw introduced inside of Heliostat, but I think that this would be a great addition to the game, especially if it's coinciding with new raids. More players means more people signing up for these activities, which means more people that are actually involved in the community. I would love to see this added. I know it is a big pull and I know it would be a big lift, but I think that Bungie would be really happy with the results. I don't know. What do you all think? These are just some of the ideas that I've been having over the past couple of days. Please tell me in the comments below and we can have a great, awesome conversation about it. That's all I've got for everybody today, so I'll talk to you tomorrow on our first community night.